Hello everyone, my name is Elspeth, you're watching the Planeswalker Pantheon, and today we are opening up a collector's box of Dominaria United. Anyways, let's get to the shiny shit, shall we? Alright. Hopefully we get very lucky and get something really cool from Legends. I mean, I'm not expecting modes or tabernacles, just something neat. I kind of like old stuff. Alright, pop that. We've got, of course, our box topper, which we'll open up right at the end, along with our arena code. And we have our box with really cool Braids artwork. Because Braids, as though Braids wasn't already scary enough, it was also now a Phyrexian. Alright, let's start it off. There we go. Alright, skip through commons. Skip through the uncommons. Oh, we already got a pretty swamp. Always like to see that. We've got Battle Mage Captain in our stained glass foil, and that actually feels really weird on the top. Is that textured? Oh, and we've got our first foil. It's actually a mythic. It's Weatherlight Completed. So for 2 mana, you get an legendary artifact vehicle. It's a 5/5 flying. When it has 4 more Phyresis counters on it, it's a Phyrexian creature in addition to its other types. When a creature you control dies, put a Phyresis counter on it, then draw a card. If it has 7 or more Phyresis counters on it, if it doesn't, scry 1. I think that's actually the textured. Because, oh, it is the textured foil. It's actually a textured foil of Balmor. Because that on the actual artwork feels completely different here. So that's actually textured foil. We have Sarah Redeemer. So, actually no, from the main set. 3 and 2 white, you get a creature, Angel Soldier. It's a 2/4. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, put 2 +1/+1 counters on that creature. We have I think these are all textured foils, because this one actually feels the same as well. It's Rada in that frame. Oh, we got Tobias Doomed Conqueror. This is one of the box toppers, Legends Reborn, which is really cool. We also have a King Darian. I'm not going to try and pronounce that number off the top of my head. So for 1 green and a white, you get a legendary creature, Human Soldier. It's a 2/3. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. 3 white and green. Put a +1/+1 counter on King Darian and create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Sacrifice Darian. Creature tokens you control gain hexproof and indestructible. And we got the Soul of Windgrace as well. Damn, this is just a banger of a pack. So for 1 black and red, you get a legendary creature, Cat Avatar. It's a 5/4. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may put a land card from a graveyard onto the battlefield tapped under your control. Green, discard a land, gain 3. 1 and a red, discard a land, draw a card. And 2 and a black, discard a land. It gains indestructible until end of turn and tap it. And we have a foil extended art Shivan Devastator. So for X and a red, you get a creature, Dragon Hydra. It's a 0/0 flying and haste, and it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. We have a bird and a Thopter. Yeah, I'll take that. Next one in. Man, that was an absolute banger of a pack, I think. Alright. We'll skip through all of these. Pretty Mountain. Rona in that alt frame. Our foil red is a Chaotic Transformation, so for 5 and a red, you get a sorcery. Exile up to 1 target artifact, 1 target creature, 1 target enchantment, and 1 target planeswalker, and up to 1 target land. For each permanent exiled this way, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a card that shares a type with it. Put that card onto the battlefield and then shuffle. Alright. Oh, we got from the commander deck, Emperor Mihail II. So for 1 and 2 blue, you get a legendary creature, Merfolk Noble. Now look at the top card of your library at any time. It's a 3/3. You may cast Merfolk from the top of your library. Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you may pay 1 if you do create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token. Have Elias Core in foil. We have Torwakuti the Younger from the Legends Reborn. We also have Orca Siege Demon in an etched foil from Legends Reborn as well. So for 5 and a black and a red, you get a legendary creature demon. It's a 5/5 with trample. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Orca. When Orca dies, it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of targets. We also have Jorah, Ageless Innovator. So for a blue and a red, you get a legendary creature Human Artificer. It's a 2/3. Tap to put 2 Ingenuity counters on Jorah. Then you may put an artifact card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the number of Ingenuity counters on Jorah. We have an Extended Art Academy Loremaster. So for 2 blue, you get a creature Human Wizard. It's a 2/3. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player may draw an additional card. If they do, spells they cast this turn cost 2 more to cast. We have a soldier and an Ajani Sleeper Agent emblem right there in foil. Next one in. Actually, that one's actually a rare. We'll put... I don't know. Actually, we'll put it there. Just the other rares. There's so much stuff. Alright. Alright, skip through the commons. Skip through the uncommons. We've got our pretty plains right there. Oh, we have Urtai Resurrected. Actually, that's in the etched. That's in the textured foil. So for 2 blue and a black, you get a legendary creature Phyrexian Human Wizard. It's a 3/2 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 1. Counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Its controller draws a card. Destroy another target creature or planeswalker. Its controller draws a card. Oh, we have the Raven Man. So for 1 and a black, it's a legendary creature Human Wizard. It's a 2/1. The beginning of each end step, if a player discarded a card this turn, create a 1/1 black bird creature token with flying, and this creature can't block. 3 and a black, each opponent discards a card, activate only as a sorcery. Pardon me. We have an Extended Art Valiant Veteran. The soldiers you control get +1/+1, 3 and 2 white. Exile the veteran, and put a +1/+1 counter on each soldier you control. We have a Ghana Blood Fist of Keld in the cool alt frame. We have a Tor Kitty in the etched foil. We also have Rasputin the Oneiromancer. So for 1 white and blue, you get a legendary creature Human Wizard's a 4/1. When it enters the battlefield, you put a dream counter on each opponent you for each opponent you have. Each opponent creates a 1/1 red global creature token. Tap to remove 1 more dream counters. Add that much colorless. Tap remove the dream counter. Make a 2/2 white knight creature token with protection from red. Oh, so this is the thing that makes the protection from red knights. Ooh, we have. Actually, we'll put this here, I guess. I have an Extended Art Carplusian Forest, so it's the red-green Painland. And we have an Extended Art Foil Anointed Peacekeeper. So for 2 and a white, you get a creature, Human Cleric. It's a 3/3 with Vigilance. And this is the battlefield. Look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Spells your opponent's cast with the chosen name cost 2 more to cast. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate unless they're mana abilities. We have a bird and a goblin right there. Next on in. Alright. If I can get that corner off, that'd be great. There we go. Next. There's some commons. Commons, Pretty Island. Zar-Urgen, Sign of Ephra, in the text as my texture. Foil is a temporary lockdown, so for 1 and 2 whites, an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less until the lockdown leaves the battlefield. We have Zarum Golden Wind from the Commander deck, so for 3 and a white, you get a legendary creature Griffin. It's a 3/4 flying. When a Griffin you control deals combat damage to a player, create a 2/2 white Griffin creature token with flying. We have Queen Aleel of Rundark in the stained glass frame. We have an etched foil Tobias, Deemed Conqueror. We have Ratabrig of Urborg, so for 2 white and black, you get a legendary creature zombie with the 3/3 with Vigilance and Ward 2. Other zombies you control have Vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colours and types. Oh, we also have Danatha Benalia's Hope. in just a regular one. So 4 and a white, legendary creature, human knight. First strike, Vigilance Lifelink. It's a 4/4. When she enters the battlefield, you may put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danitha. And we have a foil Joyra right there, and a Phyrexian and an Ornithopter. Alright, next one in. Come on. Alright, skip through these. Pretty swamp. Well, we have Namada Primeval Warden in the etched foil. So for 2 black and green, you get a legendary creature tree folk, so 3/4 with reach. For creature and opponent controls would die exiled. Instead, when you do, create a 1/1 green sapperling. Green sacrifices sapperling. The Primeval Warden gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and when a black sacrifice 2 sapperlings to draw a card. We have a phasing of Zalfir. So for 2 and 2 blue, you get a Enchantment Saga. For chapters 1 and 2, another target non-land opponent phases out. It can't phase out in for as long as you control the phasing of Zalfir. Third chapter, destroy all creatures. For each creature destroyed this way, its controller creates a 2/2 black Phyrexian creature token, and you can read it ahead. So if you need the Wrath, you get the Wrath. Academy Lawmaster and Extended. We have Voldaren Desecrator in foil. We have Jasmine Boyle of the Seven as our Legends Reborn card. We have Rogra Kirkkeep Overlord from Legends. I believe this is from Legends Reborn as well. So for 3 black and red, you get a legendary creature Kobold Warrior. It's a 4/4. Other kobolds you control get +2/+2. Whenever you cast a kobold spell, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Whenever you cast a dragon spell, you create an 0/1 red kobold creature token named Kobolds of Kirkkeep. We have an extended art Caves of Coils. I actually might use this for my commander deck if I don't have a foil one already. It's the Black-White Painland. We have a foil extended art Plaza of Heroes. So tap to add a colorless. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a legendary spell. Tap to add 1 mana of any color among legendary opponents you control. And 3, tap exile the Plaza. Target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. And we have a Sapperling and a Zombie. Alright, next one in. Alright, skip through these. Pretty Mountain. Najal Stormrunner in the textured foil. Well, we've got a foil mythic red Vesuvian Diplomancy. So for 3 and a blue, you get an enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature, except it's not legendary. We have an extended art Anointed Peacekeeper. Balmor Battle Mage Captain. An etched foil Torwakuti. I think this is our second one. Or we have Hazeron Shaper of Sand. So for green, red, green, and white, you get a legendary creature Human Warrior. It's a 3/3 with Desert Walk. You may place desert lands from your graveyard. Whenever a desert enters the battlefield under your control, create 2 1/1 red, green, and white Sand Warrior creature tokens. Very nice. Oh, no, actually, I'll put it there. So we also have a Ramesses Assassin Lord. So for 2 blue and black, you get a legendary creature Human Assassin, 4/4 with Death Touch. Other assassins you control get +1/+1. Whenever a player loses the game, if they were attacked this turn by an assassin you controlled, you win the game. We have a foil extended art Haughty Djinn. So for 1 and 2 blue, you get a creature Djinn. It's a starfall with flying. Its power is equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard, and instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. We have a soldier and a monk. Next one in. Alright, skip through these. Pretty Island. Rick Mons Warren Warchief in that textured foil. Quirion Beastclaw is our rest. For rest, so for 1 and a green, you get a creature Dryad Warrior. It's a 2/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Quirion Beastclaw. When it dies, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Quirion Beastclaw. We have a extended art Fiduri Wayfarer from the Commander deck. So for 2 and a green, you get a creature Human Scout. It's a 2/4. It's all colors. This ability does affect its color identity. Multicolored spells you cast have Convoke. Tura Kennevild Sky Knight in the alt art frame.
You have to do stuff. There's stuff to do.
Woodmary's De Pietro Pillager. We have a Ravenman in the alt art frames, which I've already read before. Shana Purifying Blade in the alt art frame. So for green, white, and blue, you get a legendary creature, Human Warrior. It's a 3/3 with lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay X. If you do, draw X cards where X can't be greater than the amount of life you gain this turn. Or we have a foil extended art of Darkar Wastes and a Soldier Beast. Next one up. Skip through these. Oh geez, that banana sheep is real dark looking. Alright. Got a pretty forest. Rada in the textured. A normal foil Armada. We have Sarah Paragon. So for 2 and 2 white, you get a 3/4 flyer. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land card from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. If you do, it gains when this permanent is put into graveyard from the battlefield, exile it, and you gain 2 life. Nail Evora Aeronaut. Got another Tobias. We have Aisha Tanaka Armorer. So for 3 white and a blue, you get a legendary creature, Human Artificer. It's a 2/4. When it attacks, look at the top four cards of your library. You may put any number of artifact cards with mana value less than or equal to Aisha's power from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. And Aisha can't be blocked as long as a defending player controls 3 or more artifacts. That's actually a rare one. We also got another Rasputin, but in the etched foil. And we have a foil extended art Stronghold Arena. So for 1 and a black in an enchantment, you can kick it for a green and or a white. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life for each time it was kicked. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you may reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. If you do, you lose life equal to its mana value. Got a Phyrexian and a zombie. I'll fix these piles up later, but we're nearly done. Alright, skip through all of these. Pretty swamp. We have an etched foil Raven Man right there. That feels really cool. We have a foil regular Caves of Koilos. An extended art Stronghold Arena. Lagamo's Hand of Hatred in the old frame. Another Torakuti. Another Ramesses Assassin Lord. Ooh, we got a extended art Jaya Fiery Negotiator. So for 2 and 2 regular legendary planeswalker Jaya, rest in peace. Starts with 4 royalty. +1, create a 1/1 red monk creature token with prowess. -1, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them and you may play that card this turn. -2, choose target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you attack this turn, Jaya deals damage equal to the number of attacking creatures to that creature. -8, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery, copy it twice and you choose new targets for the copy. And we have a foil extended art Leyline Binding, so for 5 and a white you get an enchantment. It has flash, has domain, where it costs 1 less for each basic land type. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Leyline Binding leaves the battlefield. And we've got a soldier and a bird. Alright, next one in. Alright. Got a mountain. Got a Sten Paranoid Partisan, so for what in the etched foil. So for a white and a blue, you get a legendary creature, human wizard. It's a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, choose a card type other than creature or land. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. 1 white and blue to exile Sten. Return it to the battlefield under its control at the beginning of the next end step. We have a foil Cruelty of Gix, so it's a saga for 3 and 2 black. Chapter 1, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a creature or planeswalker from it and have that player discard it. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand and then shuffle, you lose 3 life. And then put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. We have a Tiller Engine from the Commander deck, which is an extended art. So for 2 mana, get an artifact creature construct, a 1/3. Whenever a land enters the battlefield tapped and under your control, choose one, untap that land, or tap target non-land permanent opponent controls. We have a regular foil Tatiova, an etched foil Ramses de Prieto, another Raven Man in that cool old frame. We have a Sulphur Springs and extended art, so this is the black-red dual land. We have a foil Voldaran Mindsinger, so for 1 and 2 blue, you get a creature, Merfolk Wizard, it's a 2/2. You can get it for 1 in a red and or 1 in a green. When it enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters for each time it was kicked. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature with power less than the Mindsinger's power for as long as you control the Mindsinger. Burb and Dragon. Alright, second last pack. Alright. Pretty Plains. Oh, etched foil Tatiova. Irregular foil Adaka Wastes. Extended art Haughty Jin. Tori Devant in the alt art frame foil. We have General Marhold Eld's Dragon, so from the Legends Reborn. An etched foil Rogra's Keep Overlord. Mirror Scroll of Antiquity, so for 1 red and a green, you get a legendary creature, Elf Artificer. It's a 3/3. Tap an untapped non-token artifact you control, add green. Tap 2 untapped non-token artifacts you control, exile the top card of your library, you may play it this turn. Ooh, we've got an extended art foil Khan Living Legacy, so for 4 mana, get a legendary Planeswalker Khan. Starts at 4 loyalty. +1, create a tapped Power Stone token. It's an artifact with tap. This mana can't tap to add colors. It can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. -1, pay any amount of mana. Look at that many cards from the top of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. -7, you get an emblem with tap and untapped target artifact you control. This emblem deals 1 damage to any target. Soldier and a Power Stone. Hey, we've got a Power Stone to go there, Khan. Alright, last pack. It doesn't look like we're going to hit a Legends Reborn, a card from Legends, unfortunately, but hey, you win some, you lose some. Play a game, sometimes you lose. Just wasn't lucky this time around. Unless it's in this last pack and I've just gagged myself. All their commons, her uncommons are Pretty Plains. Tori Devant in that etched foil. Shadowrite Priest, so for 1 and a black, you get a 2/2 human cleric. Other clerics you control get +1/+1. 3 black and sacrifice another cleric. Search your library for a black creature card, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. We have Baru Wormspeaker. So for 2 and 2 green, you get a legendary creature, human druid's a 3/3. Worms you control have +2/+2 and have trample. 7 and a green tap to create a 4/4 green worm token. This ability costs X less to activate, where X is the greatest power among worms you control. Alright. Runa, Children's Faithful. General Marhold in the etched foil. We have Lady of Atira in etched foil. So for 3 green and a red, you get a legendary creature Avatar. It's a 5/5. When you may tap 3 untapped dwarves you control rather than play this spell's mana cost. At the beginning of each end step, if a land you control was put into a graveyard from the battlefield this turn, reveal the top 4 cards. You may put any number of dwarves from among them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We have Stang Echo Warrior. So for 2, a red and a green, it's a legendary creature human warrior. It's a 3/4. When Stang attacks, create a Stang Twin, a legendary 3/4 red and green human warrior creature token. It enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. For each aura and equipment attached to Stain, create a token that's a copy of it attached to Stain Twin. Sacrifice all tokens created this way at the beginning of the next end step. We have a foil Stan Paranoid Partition, and that is the end of the pack. Unfortunately, no Legends cards in this box, which is a little unfortunate, but hey, you sometimes play to win, you pay to lose. But hey, we got one last thing to open up before we get going. It's the box topper. Alright, this box has been pretty good. I'm not going to be upset about it too much, unless they put the Legends card right in here, which would be funny. Okay, it's a single card, and our box topper is Tokuki the Younger, which is an horribly miscut. Look at that cut work. But that one's right there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. It lets people know that I exist and I make content. Oh, I do actually have one last arena code to hand out, and I will put it right here. So the code is 36A03 A992537D36 EBODB1A6FE. Anyways, as I was saying before, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. It lets people know that we're watching. Feel free to comment below. Just do whatever you guys feel like doing. You can follow me on Twitter. Links are down below. You can also find me at the Planeswalker Pantheon. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I will see you next time.